Um, and so our theme for our session is going to be escaping boredom using escape rooms with Google Forms and Google Slides. Now, rather than me flipping through a whole bunch of screens, I do want to take y'all on an interactive digital escape room. That this way y'all can get a feel for what your students are going to be completing when you create these. There's going to be two different tasks. Task one is going to be a Google Slide escape room, and task two is going to be a multiple choice escape room. So if you can get out your phones or an iPad and scan this QR code, that way you can go into the escape room. If you don't have access to your phone or an iPad, we will drop the link for the escape room. That way you can access on your computer.
And the link has been dropped in the chat for y'all that may not be able to grab that QR code.
Yes, perfect. So once you're in, if you could give us a little thumbs up with the little react on y'all's Microsoft toolbar. That way we can see everybody's in. Oh, yeah. So cool. All right. So what I'm going to do is kind of take y'all step by step in how this is laid out. So this is what it looks like. This is what y'all should be seeing right now, escaping boredom in your classroom. Now, whenever I create my escape rooms, I like to always include your expectations and directions for your students. That way they know what to do because this is an independent task. Now, for y'all, teachers, summer is right around the corner. In order to get to spring break, we need to complete some challenges. You will need to complete a mini escape room to experience what you want your students to do. Are you up for the task? Now you can click yes or ready for summer. Either one is going to take you to the same task, task number one. So let's go ahead and click whatever you want. I'm going to go ahead and click ready for summer. And now it should have taken you to task number one. Now, again, like I said, task number one is going to be like a Google Slide escape room. So when creating Google Slides escape rooms, you're always going to want to include this link. That way it takes them to that Google Slide to complete that challenge. So here are the directions. Click the link below to access your task. Once you figure out a secret code, come back and try it out. And this is right here below where you're going to be putting in your secret code. So let's go ahead and click this link. And you should be on task number one. I see a bunch of y'all there. Yay! All right. So for task number one, I did want to show y'all a reading escape room. So when you're creating these escape rooms, it could be for any subjects and any grade level. It could be for reading, math, science, social studies, writing even. So for this task, I did include writing and I did include different grade levels. So here are the directions. Read each passage below and determine the characteristics. Write the character trait in the boxes below. The letters that are in the shaded box will spell out a secret code. Good luck. Now, instead of you doing it by yourself, we're going to do a couple together and then y'all are going to do a few by yourself. So let's go to slide number 2 and let's do it together. The passage reads, it was Brooke's first day of school. She was a very quiet little girl. When her mom took her into the classroom, Brooke hid behind the teacher. She was afraid to talk to the kids at her school. She sat by herself at lunch. What does Brooke's actions reveal about her? So now I included a little word bank. Do y'all believe she is shy or sad? If you could, drop your answers in the chat. Let's see what y'all come up with. Good, good. Yes, y'all are correct. It was shy. So what the students would do is they would just type in the letters S-H-Y, and the letter that is shaded is the letter S. So they would go back to their escape room, and type in the letter S. So if y'all could do that with me, go ahead and do that now. And then they're going to keep on doing it until they reveal the code. So let's try the next one. Slide number 3. The passage reads, Mrs. Mackey wanted to learn more about hippos. She borrowed books about the animal and even visited a zoo. What is a trait that describes Mrs. Mackey? If you could, go ahead and drop y'all's answers in the chat using the word bank. Do y'all think she's curious or focused? Yes, yes. Y'all got it right. It is curious. So again, the kids would type out the answer. They look for that shaded box. That letter is U. They go to their escape room and type in U. You could do that with me. Now, let's go back to our task. And I'm going to go to slide 4. Now, slide 4 and 5, as you can see, I did include a bit a longer passage because, again, this is for all grade levels. I am going to let y'all complete this one by yourself. I'm going to give y'all about 2 minutes. Once you got your answer, go ahead and drop your answer in the chat. Okay, I see some answers coming in. Hi. So what does Miko's bedroom reveal about his character? Is he dirty? Is he messy? Is he nasty? All right, I do see a few answers and y'all are correct. Miko is messy. So again, we're going to type in that answer. The shaded letter is M. So then we would go back to our escape room and type in the letter M. And going back to our task number 1, let's go to slide 5. Again, I'm going to let y'all complete this one by yourselves. I'll give y'all about 2 minutes. Once you have your answer, drop it in the chat. Go ahead and start dropping your answers in. What do Hank's thoughts and actions reveal about his character? Now, if you notice these words in the word bank, um, they are synonyms. So this also gives students a chance to kind of depict which word is a better fit for this character's actions. I see evil, I see rude, I see mean. The correct answer is actually mean. So good job for those that got mean. So again, putting in that word, the letter that is shaded is M. So let's go to our escape room and type in the letter M. Now two more to complete task number 1. And let's go ahead and do this one together. So it says the students brought in canned food for a month to help a classmate who lost his home. They also donated clothing, toys, and books. What is a trait that describes the students? Using the word bank, do y'all believe they are thoughtful or supportive? Again, these are synonyms. Yep, the correct answer is supportive. So let's go ahead and type that in, making our letter that is shaded the E. Let's go type in that E in our escape room. And the last one for our task number 1 reads, Annie's class had a bridge building contest. Many students built their bridge out of toothpicks, but Annie built her bridge out of popsicle sticks to make it stronger. Which word describes Annie? Drop it in the chat. Yes, y'all got it. It is creative. So let's go ahead and type that in. And the letter that is shaded is R. So let's go ahead and type that in. Now, I want to explain how Google Forms works because Google Forms is very case sensitive. So if you are going to be putting in a secret code or a secret message that you want your students to be solving, please keep in mind if your answer choice is going to be capitalized or lowercase. So in this case, mine is going to be lowercase, so make sure summer is lowercase. And once you have that in, go ahead and click next. If it took you to task number 2, that means you got task number 1 right. And we're almost done to escaping this mini escape room. Now, task number 2 is I wanted to show y'all the multiple choice aspect of the escape room. Again, this can be used in all subjects. So this one is going to be multiplication. There's only 3 questions, so let's get started. I always include the directions and the expectations. And especially for math, I always like to include either a video example or some sort of anchor chart for our spec ed students or our kids that are in MTSS. That way they have access to that when they're trying to complete this by themselves or in a group. So let's go ahead and get started multiplying a 1 digit by a multi-digit number. So as you can see, you are only allowed to see one question at a time. So let's start off with question number 1. The middle school chorus performed their winter concert last night. There were 4 rows on a stage, each with 28 students. How many students were in the chorus? Go ahead and drop your answer in the chat. Good. Nice. Yep, it is 112 students. So let's go ahead and click the correct answer, 112 students, and then click next. So it did take us to question number 2. That means we got the correct answer. Now let's try question number 2. A spider has 8 legs. The Cincinnati Zoo has 65 spiders. How many spider legs are there in total? Go ahead and drop your answers in the chat. Yes. Yep. Y'all got it. It is 520 spider legs. Now, for demonstrative purposes, I do want to show y'all when students click the wrong answer. So we know that 520 spider legs is the correct answer. But what happens if we click the wrong answer? So let's go ahead and click 510 spider legs. So I click 510, and then I'm going to click the next button. Oh no, it took me to this bonus section where it says, nope, try again. So that way the students know, oh, I didn't get the right answer. Let me go back and fix my mistake. Right? So it took them back to question number 2, the question they got wrong. And so they solved it, they got it. The correct answer is 520. Let's go ahead and click the right answer and click next. Question number 3. Last one. Mr. Thompson can knit 3 hats a day. How many hats could he knit in a 31-day month? Solve and drop your answers in the chat. Nice, nice. Yes, the correct answer is 93 hats. Okay, so let's go ahead and click the right answer. And again, if the students were to choose the other answer choices, it would take them to that bonus section of nope, try again, and they would have to try it again. So 93 hats, let's go ahead and click next. And it takes you to the end. You can go ahead and submit. When the students submit, it would take them to their score, their overall score, and they completed it. So congratulations, you guys. Y'all completed the mini escape room. Let me put this up. If y'all have any questions, again, please put them in the chat and I would love to answer them. But I kind of wanted to take y'all down how I actually start creating my escape rooms. So in order for me to create what we just did, I first start thinking of all of my topics. Do I want to use this for a review? Do I want to use this for a station? Do I want to use this for an entire room transformation? I then start thinking of student interests. What do my students like currently? Do they like Among Us, Minecraft, Fortnite? Am I going to use this for any holiday break? So any like Elf or The Grinch and things like that. So once I have my topic, I can then go to my step 2, which is finding all of my resources. This is probably the most important part before even getting into the Google Forms and the Google Slides. And so my resources, what I use is different task cards and passages. Because I teach 4th grade, I am in a start grade level. So I go to the Lead Forward IQ analysis and I pull STAR questions from there, books from my campus, and even the district resources. Those are all really good to use. Once I have laid all of that out on my desk, I then start to go to my Google form and create all my sections. If I'm going to be doing the Google Slides, I start creating my Google Slides using my resources, and then I just start linking everything in and sending it out to the kids. So I kind of hope that helps. as far as like, well, where do I start? Because it is a lot of technology and what resources you use. But again, that second step is very crucial before doing anything else. Okay. Now, I do want to kind of take y'all step by step on how to create the Google Forms and the Google Slides. I am actually going to be, I actually made a tutorial on how to do this. That way, if you want to play with it over the summer, you can watch the video, pause, take your time, do that on your own. But um, this is how to create the Google form. So you open up the Google form, and step one is to change the setting. So when you're in the Google Forms, the setting is up here at the top. You're going to turn on, make this a quiz, and then all of these will turn on as well. But you need to make sure that you turn off the missed questions and the correct answers. This way, the students aren't, if they get a question wrong, you don't want the Google form to tell them what the answer is. You want them to self-correct whatever mistakes they have. And you also don't want the Google form to let them know which questions were missed. Okay, so that is step one, fixing your settings. Step two is adding all of your sections. So again, your section one is going to be the directions and the expectations and kind of including like a little theme background. That way the students know what it is the escape room is. And then let's say I'm going to be having the multiple choice escape room. If I'm going to have 10 questions, I'm going to need to have 10 sections for each question. So step two is creating all of your sections. If you want to do the Google Slides and you want 4 challenges or even 2 challenges, you're going to need to create a section for each challenge. Okay, so this is step two, is creating all of your sections. Now, step three and step four kind of is deciding what escape room you want to be using. I'm first going to go over the multiple choice escape room. And if you have questions about that, you can drop them in the chat. And then I'm going to go and talk about the Google Slide escape room. So, like I said, in step two, you created all your sections. And I said each question gets their own section plus a bonus section. When I say bonus section, I don't mean like a bonus question. I mean like that try again section. So again, for example, if I was gonna have a 10 question escape room, I'm actually going to create 12 sections. The first section is going to be the directions. Then I'm going to have the 10 sections for my questions. And then that last section is going to be that try again, that bonus section. Okay. Again, if I have 15 questions, I'm going to have a total of 17 sections. First one being the directions, 15 sections for your questions, and then that last one is going to be that bonus section. Okay, so now once a question has been added, so kind of like my picture up here, I added question number 1. You are then going to put in all of your answer choices. So option 1 through 4. Okay, all of my answer choices are there. Then I'm going to go to the bottom left corner and click that answer key. Once I click that answer key, I can then pick the correct answer. So for demonstrative purposes, I went and clicked option 3. And as you can see, a green check mark will appear, letting you know that is the correct answer. Okay. Once you have chosen your correct answer, you will then go and click the 3 dots on the bottom right corner. A pop-up menu will appear, and you're going to select go to the section based on. Once you click that, all of these drop-down menus will appear next to your answered choices. Okay. Now, this is where if they get the question right, you want them to go on to the next question. If they get the question wrong, you want to take them to the try again, that bonus section. And so what I like to do is I like to start off with my correct question. So then I would go to option 3, this drop down menu right here. I clicked it and I clicked go to section 3, question number 2. Because this was question 1, it's now going to take me to the next question. For options 1, 2, and 4, I selected, if you can see right here where it says bonus section, and bonus section, meaning those are the wrong answers. I want this Google form to take them to that try again section. That bonus section is what I like to call it. Okay. And you're going to do that for each questions that you have in that escape room. When you get down to the very, very last question you have for your multiple choice escape room, for the drop down menu, you're not going to click go to a section. You're going to click the submit form. That way the escape room is done. Okay. And again, I know it was a lot, but I will be having that tutorial that I will be sending out to all of y'all. That way y'all can practice. Okay. Now, the other escape room that I like to use is the Google Slides. So it's kind of similar to the multiple choice one, but now I'm actually creating the actual task. So like what y'all saw in our mini escape room, the character traits, that is where you're creating like a secret code or a secret password or finding a riddle. So when you're in your Google form, you created your 2 sections. So challenge 1, challenge number 2. Each challenge is going to get their own section plus that bonus section, that try again section. Okay. Now, like I said, each challenge you will need to create a Google slide. So some examples you can use, especially for reading, what I like to do is the character traits, making inferences, reading comprehension. If you want to use it for writing, they can work on plural nouns, they can work on irregular nouns, they can work on adjectives and different challenges like that, making it more fun for them to review and to actually play in their stations. Once you have completed your Google Slides, you're then going to share it. So you're going to click that little share button up here. You're going to click that link, that copy link, and you're going to insert it into that Google form, kind of like what y'all did when we first started off with the session. Okay. So again, it's kind of similar to the multiple choice, but just creating that Google slide and inserting that link. Now, here are some ideas that y'all can have and put in y'all's pocket for your escape room. A lot of my kids, these are all the ideas that I've done in my classroom. Minecraft, I've done the Grinch, we've done gnomes, we've done Among Us, and then we've done holiday themes like Valentine's Day, and I've done the elf, just different things just to make it more fun. And here's some pictures that I've done in my classroom to get ready for STAR. Now, you're creating these digital escape rooms online, but you want to actually create that atmosphere as well. So I actually got a lot of donations from family friends. They donated like tablecloths, they donated masks and like the doctor gowns, as you can see right here. They donated syringe pens so that way they can actually write. It was just so much fun, and the kids were like having a ball with this. So it's not only creating this escape room online, but you also want to create that atmosphere for them to actually to be able to enjoy it. This one right here, the grammar epidemic, I had red tablecloths, I had red lights in the room. All the lights were off, but I had like those little LED lights. I had some kind of like scary music in the background, and they were just in love with review of grammar. It was so much fun to watch them. So again, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me by email. My email is acortez8@saisd.net. Now, before we end the session, I do want to explain that I did make a drive for everybody in SAISD. So if you want, you can actually scan this QR code, and then we will also be, whoever was in this session, we will also be emailing out the link for the drive. Now, this drive is just to share any escape rooms that you actually created with your grade level within the district. So let's see if I can open this up and kind of show you. I actually made folders for all the grade levels, ranging from pre-K all the way through 12th grade. Uh, um, I wonder what grade levels we have in here. Let's see. So once you create that escape room, go ahead and just upload it to whatever grade you teach. Make sure you make a copy of it. That way nobody messes with your original escape room. I also included this folder right here where it says escape room templates. When you click this is where you're actually going to find the tutorials I have right here of escape room using Google Slides and then the escape room multiple choice. I have the actual template for the multiple choice and then the template for the Google Slides. And then just for fun, I made one for a back to school. So when we start back in August, you can do an escape room just to kind of do like a procedures, like what are the procedures? What are my rules for the classroom, just to get them more involved for that. Yes, I can share the link. Let me see if I can. Let me get that for y'all. Yeah.
Did you
But
grab it? Because I grabbed it too, so I can
perfect.
paste it.
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem. There you go. And then there were some people that did share their grade levels. So some
Oh, nice.
middle
7th and
school,
8th
high
grade.
school, quite a few secondary teachers are in this session. So
Wow,
some
that's
middle
so
school,
awesome.
high school.
Nice. Well, I really hoped that helped. I know it was kind of a lot of information, but again, that is why I wanted to make those tutorials for y'all. That way y'all can go at y'all's own pace and kind of like play around with it. If y'all have any questions for me, y'all can stick around and ask. But other than that,